watching 6 Stories at 6 with me, Tanisha Awasthi. On this edition, every day we will focus on the news that has made headlines, from national to the global newsmakers to the news that actually matter to you. We focus on nation first and set the agenda for the day. Today on this edition, the 6 stories that we are tracking is number 1. The first story that we have is coming in from the region of Jammu and Kashmir, where we'll actually tell you why the Sonmarg tunnel is a game changer for Kashmir. Story number 2 that we have today, viewers, is about a possible bigger breakup in the Maha Vikas Aghadi, that big political scoop here only on Republic. Story number 3 that we are tracking is about the race against time in Dima Hasao in Assam, where there are several workers who are still trapped in the rat mine. Story number 4 that we are tracking today is about the army chief's statement on the terrorists from Pakistan, where he has said that 60% of the terrorists are from Pakistan. That big statement, we'll get to you that full statement. After that, we'll tell you about how the killer medical negligence has taken life of 1 woman in the state of West Bengal, while 3 others are critically injured. It is a case of clear medical negligence under the Health Minister Mamata Banerjee. And the last story that we're going to tell you about is, of course, the big feat that India is going to achieve today, the countdown to docking of the ISRO SpaceX mission. We'll tell you that in a much greater detail, how India is very close to inching history, how history will be made in just 3 meters. We'll tell you all of that and much more today on this edition of 6 Stories at 6. All right, so the first story that we're tracking is about the Sonmarg tunnel that the Prime Minister today inaugurated. Now, today marks a historic moment in Jammu and Kashmir's infrastructure journey, as Prime Minister Narendra Modi he inaugurated the much-awaited Sonmarg tunnel in Jammu and Kashmir. Now, this tunnel, apart from being a tourist attraction, is also of prime strategic importance, which has not quite been highlighted today in the news media, and we'll tell you why. Now, the Sonmarg tunnel is a strategic tunnel and not just a tourist attraction. It is a tunnel that's going to be a game changer for the forces in Jammu and Kashmir. Remember, this tunnel is what marks the stretch for regions like Ladakh and Dras. Now, the story dates back to the time when the Kargil war happened, when Pakistan was at a strategic position. And India, it was difficult for the Indian forces to arrange for logistics, to take the logistics to the Kargil valley. And hence, keeping that in mind, today, the Prime Minister fulfilled his promise, inaugurating the Sonmarg tunnel, which is going to be of prime significance, especially for the forces. Why? Is because they can take the logistics in a much simpler and smoother way. We'll tell you why this tunnel is of strategic importance. Now, if you see here, the Srinagar-Ladakh road was of 12.4 kilometers. Now, with the inauguration of the Sonmarg tunnel, which has now been named the Sonmarg tunnel, the distance will be about 6.4 kilometers only. Now, the blue line that you see here is the roadway to the Sonmarg tunnel, which was quite a difficult task because it was a rough terrain. Now, the inauguration of the Sonmarg tunnel from Gagangir to Sonmarg marks a smooth flow of vehicles, not just for tourists but also for the forces. So this comes as a prime significance, and as far as the strategic area of the region is concerned, and it's going to give a major boost, a major push for the strategic eyes of India. Here is a quick report on all that happened throughout the day, on the statements that the Prime Minister and Chief Minister Omar Abdullah had also made.
ये मौसम, ये बर्फ, सफेद चादर से ढकी ये खूबसूरत पहाड़ियां, दिल एकदम प्रसन्न हो जाता है। आज मुझे सोनमर्ग टनल आपको सौंपने का मौका मिला है, और आप पक्का मानिए, ये मोदी है, वादा करता है तो निभाता है।
Nestled in the lap of the majestic snow-capped mountains, the Zedmore Tunnel is more than just a road project. It is a gateway to unparalleled scenic beauty and connectivity. Located at a high altitude, this 6.5 kilometer long tunnel winds through one of the most pristine regions of Jammu and Kashmir, connecting the town of Sonmarg to Gagangir.
We are at the entry point of Sonmarg Tunnel, a tunnel that is of 6.4 kilometers. Although it's quite boldly written that do not blow horn when you are inside the tunnel, because this is a tunnel that is going to be a game changer for the entire country. And the travel time is around 11 minutes when earlier it would take hours, but now in just 11 minutes you will cover your journey from Gagangir to Sonmarg,
Replacing the treacherous Z-shaped roads that were often blocked by avalanches. The Zedmore Tunnel ensures uninterrupted connectivity throughout the year. Equipped with state-of-the-art ventilation, safety systems, and an emergency passage, it is a lifeline for residents and tourists alike. Cutting through some of the toughest terrains, this tunnel boosts tourism, trade, and development in the region.
it comes with the modern gadgets. The surveillance. It is under, whenever you enter the tunnel, you are being watched. You are under the radar. So surveillance system is there. The emergency, the exit gates have been there. The escape tunnel is also there. This is going to be one of the milestones when it comes to the infrastructure development in Kashmir Valley.
Addressing Ganderbal, the Prime Minister thanked construction workers for risking their all to help the project see the light at the end of the tunnel.
देश की उन्नति के लिए, जम्मू कश्मीर की उन्नति के लिए जिन श्रमिक भाइयों ने कठिन से कठिन परिस्थितियों में काम किया, जीवन पर को भी संकट में डाल करके काम किया, साथ हमारे श्रमिक साथियों ने अपनी जान गंवाई, लेकिन हम अपने संकल्प से डिगे नहीं। मेरे श्रमिक साथी डिगे नहीं, किसी ने घर वापस जाने की कहा नहीं। इन मेरे श्रमिक साथियों ने हर चुनौतियों को पार करते हुए इस कार्य को पूरा किया है। और जिन 7 साथियों हमने खोए हैं, मैं आज सबसे पहले उनका पुण्य स्मरण करता हूं।
The Prime Minister also spoke about how the tunnel will boost tourism in the region.
इस टनल से, इससे सर्दियों के इस मौसम में सोनमर्ग की कनेक्टिविटी भी बनी रहेगी। इससे सोनमर्ग समेत इस पूरे इलाके में टूरिज्म को भी नए पंख लगने वाले हैं। आने वाले दिनों में रोड और रेल कनेक्टिविटी के बहुत सारे प्रोजेक्ट्स जम्मू कश्मीर में पूरे होने वाले हैं।
A journey through the Zedmore Tunnel is not just about reaching Sonmarg, it's about experiencing the unmatched splendor of the scenic landscapes.
The travelers coming from Jammu to Ladakh now, who used to face hassles due to weather issues in Sonmarg or in the Gagangir, now there will be a smooth travel for them. It is going to give a booster shot in the arms of defense forces, their convoy, their logistic movement. It is again a source of livelihood.
As this engineering marvel bridges people and places, it also opens doors to new opportunities for growth and prosperity in Jammu and Kashmir.
All right, from Jammu and Kashmir, let's now tell you what's happening in the state of Maharashtra. One of our focus stories is from Maharashtra. Now, there is talk of a potential reconciliation between the two factions of the NCP. Now, why is this? Is because the speculation is about the MPs and MLAs from the Nationalist Congress Party, NCP, led by Sharad Pawar, are likely to join the Ajit Pawar faction. Reports suggest that these legislators are in close touch with Ajit Pawar camp and may announce their decision very, very soon. Now, this is one of the breaking that Republic had first broken. It has set the agenda, and for the first time, it is the cabinet ministers of Maharashtra who have spoken on cam about the possible reconciliation. Let's take a closer look at that.
मेंटेलिटी चेंज हो चुकी है। अगला आने वाला इलेक्शन आघाड़ी रहेगी या नहीं रहेगी कोई पता नहीं। और अगर इसी तरीके से चलते रहा तो मतदार संघों में जो काम करना चाहिए वो काम भी नहीं होंगे। और मुझे लगता है इसके पीछे भी शरद पवार का हाथ ज़रूर है। वो चाहते हैं ये वातावरण बने, एक बार माहौल बन गया तो उनको जंप मारने में कोई देरी नहीं लगेगी।
अनरेस्ट तो सभी में, महाविकास आघाड़ी के जो एमपीज और एमएलएज है उनमें सभी में अनरेस्ट है, क्योंकि जो उनको दिखाया गया था कि अभी सरकार महाविकास आघाड़ी का आएगा, ये मुख्यमंत्री बनेगा, वो मुख्यमंत्री बनेगा, इसलिए सब ने जैकेट सिलाए थे, आपको मालूम है, पहले दिन तक। और दूसरे दिन चारों जो कैंडिडेट थे उसमें से 2 गिर गए मेरे ख्याल से, लेकिन जो भी 4 लोग हैं कि मैं किसकी वजह से गिरा, तू किसकी वजह से गिरा, ये जो सब बातचीत महाविकास आघाड़ी में चालू है, इसकी वजह से अभी मॉरल डाउन हो गया है एमएलए और एमपीज का।
Now, it was just yesterday when Union Home Minister Amit Shah took a dig at the NCP SP head Sharad Pawar and Shiv Sena UBT faction chief Uddhav Thackeray, saying that Maharashtra Assembly election results showed them their place. He also said that the state rejected their politics of dynasty and betrayal by Pawar and Uddhav Thackeray. Listen in.
देवेंद्र फडणवीस फिर से मुख्यमंत्री बन गए। इतनी बड़ी मात्रा में हमारे कार्यकर्ता विधायक बन गए, मंत्री बन गए। हमारे साथी शिवसेना एनसीपी, सच्ची शिवसेना और सच्ची एनसीपी को भी विजय प्राप्त हुई, परंतु महाराष्ट्र के विजय के कई मायने। महाराष्ट्र की विजय ने 1978 से शरद पवार जी ने जो दगा फटका की राजनीति शुरू की थी, उसको 20 फुट जमीन में दफनाने का काम आप लोगों ने किया।
After Maharashtra, let's move ahead to what's happening in the state of Assam. Ladies and gentlemen, it is a race against time in Dima Hasao district in Assam. Now, rescue operations at a flooded coal mine in Assam's Dima Hasao district continued for the 8th day today to locate the trapped laborers inside the rat mine hole. Now, dewatering of the mine is being carried out with the process expected to reach the final stage soon. Altogether, 9 workers were trapped inside the coal mine around 250 kilometers from Guwahati after a sudden gush of flood water in the rat mine hole. Now, out of them, 4 bodies have been recovered so far. Rescue operations are being carried out by multiple agencies including NDRF, SDRF, Army and the Navy personnel with drones deployed for mapping of the area. Here's a quick report on all that you need to know.
It's been 8 days. The coal miners in Assam's Dima Hasao are waiting for their lives to be saved. The rescue operations are underway to save the 5 workers in the inundated rat hole coal mine at the 3 Kilo Umrangso area. Even the officials involved in the operations have bleak hopes, as it's now a fierce race against time. They fear that the chances of the miners' survival are only diminishing. The mine is being dewatered using 25 high-pressure pumps. Reporting from Ground Zero, Republic learns that the water level is increasing from the other side.
मेरे सामने देख पा रहे हो, इस तरह से जो रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशंस टीम है वो अपना लगातार काम कर रही है और बार बार पानी को निकालने की, उस खाई से पानी निकालने की कोशिश लगातार कर रही है। यहाँ पे रेस्क्यू टीम्स, यहाँ इस तरह से कोशिश किया जा रहा है हर मशीन्स को इस तरह से इंस्टॉल और उसको निकाल कर यहाँ पे पानी की जो मेजरमेंट है उसको मापने की कोशिश लगातार कर रही है यहाँ पे रेस्क्यू टीम्स।
Meanwhile, State Minister for Mines and Minerals Kaushik Rai, supervising the operations at the site, said that dewatering was expected to be complete by Tuesday. Rescue operations are being carried out jointly by the Navy, Army, Assam Rifles, NDRF, SDRF and the district administration since the first day. In the latest, the Air Force and Navy teams have been sent back to their headquarters. 4 bodies have been retrieved so far from the flooded rat hole mine. First body was recovered last Wednesday, 3 others on Saturday.
Ladies and gentlemen, India has shown the mirror to Pakistan not once, twice, but time and again. Today, the army chief said that about 80% of terrorists in Jammu and Kashmir, at least 80% of them were from Pakistani origin. Now, all of these terrorists were the ones that were killed. Now, 80% of them were from Pakistan. Meanwhile, he also said that about 60% are still prevalent in the region. Here's that big statement by the army chief.
Coming on to J&K, situation is firmly under control. On line of control, ceasefire, which is effective from Feb 2021 after the DGMO's understanding, is holding on. However, the terror infrastructure across remains intact. Infiltration attempts continue, including from the IB sector or so many other avenues which are available, along with drone attempts to smuggle warlike stores and narcotics. In hinterland, in recent months, increased terrorist activities was seen in North Kashmir and Doda-Kishtwar belt. Our CT grid there has been reinvigorated and tempo of kinetic ops has been enhanced. Past year, 60% of terrorists eliminated were of Pakistan origin. As of today, whatever is remnant in the valley and Jammu area, we feel that around 80% or more are from Pakistan origin. Overall, violence parameters under control, tourism, development activities, Amarnath Yatra, where we witnessed more than 5 lakh pilgrims this time, and peaceful conduct of elections are indicators to a positive change. So the theme of terrorism to tourism is gradually taking shape. Regards Northeast, overall situation in Northeast is gradually improving. In Manipur, synergized efforts of security forces and proactive government initiatives have brought situation under control. However, cyclic incidents of violence continue. शांति और सद्भाव स्थापित करने की दिशा में ठोस प्रयास जारी हैं.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's now talk about what's happening in the state of West Bengal. It was on January 9th that a pregnant woman died and several others were critical after being administered expired saline drip in West Bengal's Medinipur Medical College and Hospital. Now, it now appears that the maternal deaths in Bengal and Karnataka in the last 1 month are linked. Why is this? Here's a report on that.
Anger on the streets of Kolkata again. This time, once again, over state of medical facilities in Mamta's bastion. After Arjika rape and murder case, it's another case from Medinipur that has put spotlight on the state of medical facilities and the manner in which it is run. Here, the wailing family in Bengal's Medinipur. Family lost their family member after expired saline was administered to her in Medinipur Medical College.
আমি বলছি যে এইভাবে তোমরা হসপিটালে কেস করো কেমন করে চিকিৎসা করতে যে এরকম করে মেরে দিল তোমরা একটু এটা একটু লড়ো তোমরা আমরা দয়া করে বলছি এরকম অনেক ছেনার মারা তো এরকম হচ্ছে কষ্ট পাচ্ছে বলো.
Republic investigation has exposed the maternal deaths in Bengal and Karnataka in the last 1 month are linked. It appears that the Paschim Banga pharmaceutical company that supplied the expired saline in Medinipur in Bengal was the same company that was linked to deaths in Karnataka.
Now we are getting to know that the company which was supplying this fluid was already blacklisted. It was red flagged, and still then these IV fluids were supplied from this company to government hospitals. Who will answer for the death of a woman who just delivered a child? The child is now kept in the hospital as well because the child is also sick. So a grave question about a woman dying and three other women in critical condition.
एक गवर्नमेंट को एक ऑफिसर्स ने एक लेटर दिया था। वो लेटर में पश्चिम बंगाल का एक कंपनी का फार्मा कंपनी का उन्होंने क्या औषधि दिया था उसके बारे में थोड़ा डाउट था। उसके लिए ब्लॉक लिस्ट में रखने के लिए एक लेटर रिपब्लिक कनाडा ने वो लेटर्स का एक्सक्लूसिव रिपोर्ट भी किया था। उसके बाद फिर भी एक डिस्ट्रीब्यूटर लोगों ने उसके बारे में ब्लॉक लिस्ट में लगाया था। वो ही औषधों को मेडिकल को लेके आके पूरा कर्नाटक का बहुत सारा डिस्ट्रिक्ट हॉस्पिटल में उसको डिस्ट्रीब्यूट किया था।
While the lackadaisical action on part of TMC government is for all to see, how was the pharmaceutical company allowed to operate is a question. The Calcutta High Court will hear a public interest litigation on Thursday that seeks CBI probe into death of a woman at a government-run hospital after administration of expired intravenous liquid.
Completely shocking case of medical negligence. Moving on to the other story, India's bid to enter an elite club with its maiden space docking mission hit a roadblock after the scheduled placement of the two SpaceX satellites was deferred for the third time. However, the distance between the two satellites was narrowed significantly. India is now just 3 meters away from creating history.
2, 1, 0.
As anticipation builds around the country's maiden space docking mission, ISRO shared an update on the two satellites. Assuring that the satellites were safe, the ISRO put out a social media post saying that it has made further progress in bringing them closer. The ISRO says that the two satellites have been narrowed to a distance of only 3 kilometers in a major step towards their eventual docking in space. The space agency says that the distance between the two SpaceX satellites was narrowed further from 15 meters. ISRO says it was in the process of mining and analyzing more data, after which it would make a fresh docking attempt. India has set sights on entering an elite club of nations with its maiden space docking mission. The mission aims to make India only the 4th country after the US, Russia and China to demonstrate space docking. Earlier, the ISRO put the two satellites into space after a successful launch from the Satish Dhawan Space Center in Sriharikota. The country is holding its breath as ISRO eyes another historic first.
Well, that was all that we could pack in this edition of 6 Stories at 6. Tomorrow we'll be back again with the top 6 stories that makes the news agenda.